This is a big story.
So this is huge. So the Cardinals are being investigated by the FBI for allegedly hacking into the Houston Astros database and stealing information from the Astros. The FBI is investigating this. And the first thing I thought was, up until this year, would anybody have cared what the Houston Astros had in their database? And why the St. Louis Cardinals, one of the most successful and well-run organizations in all of baseball? Boy, oh boy. I mean, cheating in baseball has really gone a different route, hasn't it? I thought PEDs were weird when they started coming up. Now we're hacking into databases.
This is going to be...
It's unbelievable.
This is going to be the worst cheating scandal by a team since Spygate and Deflategate.
Could be.
Would you like to know the history of this story?
Sure.
The general manager of the Houston Astros was with the Cardinals. He is a Moneyball guy. He's an analytical guy.
Yeah.
Jeff Luno. Jeff Luno.
Yeah.
Left and went to the Houston Astros. The St. Louis Cardinals believe quietly that he took proprietary information with him. That they set up called Redbird. They set up a computer system for analyzing players, trades, using all sorts of different aspects to grade players in terms of trading or acquiring of the whole league. So you say, well, why would they want anything from Houston Astros? That's the first thing. So he goes down there and he sets up the same thing and calls it ground control. Ground control.
Because they're in Houston and that's where NASA is. Yeah,
the whole thing. The people in St. Louis were pissed beyond belief. They started going to that website and using the same code words, passwords, that he used in St. Louis. Well,
he didn't change the passwords?
His name is Luno. He didn't know that they were going his daughter's birthday, whatever he might have used in St. Louis.
They figured it out, huh? They
figured it out. Now, I'm going to tell you, so there's a reason. So he put up the same system. Why would they hack into that? Because don't you remember Sports Illustrated wrote last year that the Houston Astros had the system figured out, that they were going to be great this year?
Yeah.
They're in first place.
Yeah.
I think they're leading by more than any other division.
I believe they have the best record in the American League.
So there were disgruntled St. Louis employees. The government has traced the computer to a house where, keep this in mind, this is a key phrase here, St. Louis executives lived. Not executive, St. Louis. So what would this tell you in terms of who those executives might be?
I don't
young
know.
Guys that are living together in
kind of a frat house kind
and
of thing.
They're vice, they're the lower end guys who went, hey, we'll show him. They know computers. They are computer guys too.
It seems like every team now has that group of young guys who deal in analytics and database information.
So the key words were St. Louis executives who lived in a house. That meant, you don't live in a house with me and 3 other guys from the staff.
Oh, God forbid.
That's a bunch of guys. Let's get a house. Oh, let's hack in. So that's what they were doing. They thought they would do for want of a better word, hack-a-stat. Is that any good? That's pretty good, isn't it? Hack-a-stat?
Got it.
You could call it, card tricks.
The question is, how high up does it go? Does the general manager, Mozeliak, know this?
Well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to lose some number 1 draft choices. This is bigger than Spygate.
They'll get fined heavily.
Fined heavily. People are going to lose jobs. Heads are going to roll. And they're going to this team, second most World Series victories of all time, has an impeccable reputation.
Yes.
Great baseball city.
Yes.
3 million people every year. Cardinals, Bill DeWitt does things the right way. He led the search for the new commissioner. The DeWitt family, the Budweiser family, the whole thing. That their reputation is going to be stained like the Robert Kraft family.
This is bad.
This
is one of these organizations you don't expect this from.
Look behind you.
The Pats and Cards. More dirty titles than an adult bookstore.
There's Tony La Russa
with Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick.
How appropriate. Is that Photoshopped? Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know if Belichick and La Russa were friendly or not.
I'm sure they are. But anyway, I'm telling you, this is going to be
You could be right.
the biggest story in baseball since PEDs in terms of cheating. And I think it was a bunch of guys doing dirty tricks. They had a term for it in Watergate. Why did they go into Watergate? They didn't have to. They were just making sure they found out stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So anyway, there's the background. It's not really a funny story. It's a serious, very serious story.
That segment sponsored by the Blake Street Tavern. 3 bars under one roof, 18,000 square feet for you to roam around, and 60 HD TVs. You can watch the St. Louis Cardinals there if you'd like. Located 1 block east of Coors Field, they're named Denver's best sports bar 3 years in a row by Westward. It's Blake Street Tavern.